These are the Placeholder NPCs.
I'm Douche. I play the mystic Arc Ferris, who goes by the call sign Rook.
I'm Sam. I play Algernon, Kentucky Blue, the Stitch, who is the medic of the Coyfish.
I'm Lex, and I play Volbarung, our trusty pilot, and I go by the call sign Demon.
My name is Zeno. I'll be taking on the role of Game Master, and this is our homebrew Scum Villainy campaign of Dark Cosmos. The elevator reaches its stop. The doors open. A much more decadent decor. There's that ivory wood desk centered right in the middle of this huge open space. A red laced carpet leading directly up from the elevator to the desk. Massive stained glass window looking out over onto the balcony. You walk forward, stepping up to the desk. The director seated directly behind. Well, glad of you to join me, Dr. Blue. I have much to discuss and show you. But first, let me introduce you to my protection droid. Latest model from the Engineering Guild. The most advanced that the matron can provide. Let me show you an example. And he stands up from his desk. He pulls open a drawer and grabs out like a envelope knife. Turns to the droid and goes, "Droid, protect me from harm at all costs." And he flings this knife directly up so that it's going to fall back down onto him. As the knife careens down, there's a laser fire. The droid has shot this knife directly across the room and embedded it into a wall. You see? The droid. He protects me. So try not to pull any of those guns you folk tend to carry around. Are we on the level?
Algernon, he opens his coat and pulls out his baton, and he says, "This is about the deadliest thing I have on me, and I can't imagine I'd be getting too close."
Very well, Dr. Blue. Your skills have always been the most dangerous of your talents anyway. But let me show you this thing. He walks over to a cabinet that's kind of got all these miniature trophies, picks one up, brings it over to his desk and puts it down in front of you. It's on a mahogany wooden base with these little gold handles holding up a stone statue of an arm made from a black rock, and where the veins would be in the arm is traces of this ruby red crystal just all throughout, and just puts it down in front of you. We've got something to show you that you might be interested in, and I want to offer a bargain, so to speak. He pulls open a drawer and pulls out a very small vial, gives it a shake. It looks like there's a lot of sediment in the bottom, but there's not a lot of liquid in it. Unscrews the cap slowly and pours several drops into the palm of this stone arm. Just look at this. You lean over and look, and where there was stone kind of dissipates back out to flesh. And I think you realize now whose arm this is.
Yeah, it's Alvin's. Yeah, I did pick that up.
It doesn't last for long, and then it goes back to stone. Puts it on the desk. We picked this up from the wastes of the Citadel. You know, the Council of Five. I have a proposition for you. Whatever this liquid is, could help a lot of people suffering from precursor artifacts, as you know. My proposition to you, Dr. Blue, is I will allow you to walk out of here with my asset that you now have on your ship. In exchange, I want you to bring me back more of this liquid. Find out what the Concordant is concocting this from. If a small drop brings back part of a hand, I think it could help a lot more than just the palm. What do you say, Dr. Blue?
Algernon had no intention of striking any kind of bargain coming into this, and he did not believe that there was anything that the director could possibly offer that he wouldn't just immediately rebuke. But the potential to quite literally undo a lot of the things he's done in the past is getting his attention for sure. He considers it for sure. He thinks for a few seconds and he says, "I suppose that once acquired, you use this for the betterment of humanity throughout the galaxy.
Oh, Doctor. I thought you would know me better by now. That's what we've been doing. We take in people with sufferings, some very grotesque in nature, and we've been trying to help. And discover more about these precursor artifacts as well.
Save me the doublespeak. I've been here long enough.
I know, Doctor. I would not trust one of my, let's say now, valuable assets to anyone else.
And what of your other assets? Suppose I leave here and you're going to start treating them with care. Your research won't continue.
The research must continue. How else do we discover how to reverse the effects? If you don't test, you don't find cases.
We created cases.
Yes and no. We've taken in cases.
I've created cases. You cannot rewrite the past. I know what I've done.
No, Doctor, but you can definitely affect the future. Take the learnings of the past to make the betterment of all that walk the future. I tell you, it's not going to undo whatever traumas you have witnessed in the past. But could you not think of a better world?
Kentucky walks up closer to the desk, and he was offering to let me leave with the vial. Was that the idea?
He's offering you the ability to go and fetch more of this. He's wanting your help to find more. And I think you could get him to let you take the vial. There's not a lot of liquid left in it. There's maybe only a few more drops.
Yeah, well, he walks up to the table, and he slowly reaches out his hand outstretched, and he says, I will need to perform some tests with whatever remains before I set out to find more.
Understood, Dr. Blue. He picks it up and places it into your hand. And I entrust you will keep up your end of the bargain, will you not?
He says, I will do whatever I can to make sure that victims see more of this.
Very good, Dr. Blue. And I think in this time you see from the corner of your eye the Coyfish are hovering up outside the balcony.
And it's probably worth maybe just a perspective shift of this time, maybe the Vol and Ark of the Coyfish hearing the entire conversation play out over a communicator.
Vol, as the Coyfish rises up the side of the tower, up to the balcony, it's crackly, but you hear all of this playing out. You can see through the window Algernon accepting something from the director. You're assuming it's the vial that they've been talking about, and how it could be something of a benefit.
I am going to position the Coyfish over the balcony with the bay doors open.
So not the cannon facing the building?
Not the cannon facing the building.
What's going through Vol's mind as this happens?
Again, he's being described as an asset. That really grated against him, especially after the last month of being a prisoner. Especially when the director suggested that they only had people here that were already afflicted. Just that outright lie of a justification for what they're doing here, for the quote-unquote greater good, reminds him of basically what those soldiers said to him on the ship when they gassed that town, and that family that are dead because he took the masks away from them. That's what's going through his mind right now.
As Vol brings the ship up to the balcony and swings it around to the back, you see Ark standing there with a heavy blaster strapped to them, holding the communicator up to their face, looking absolutely pissed, just effectively yelling into the communicator, "You really should not have tried to control us," and starts just blasting the heavy blaster into the windows.
So let me just confirm, you're saying this to Algernon?
This is going into the communicator, whether or not... I'm assuming the communicators are speaker-based, or...
They're in our ears.
in-ear thing. So it's a connection between you, Algernon, and Vol.
Oh, okay, then yeah. I'm happy to retcon that and say that I yelled that instead. Whether or not that was heard, I would have been pissed enough to yell it.
Okay.
And then I start blasting on the heavy blaster, not aiming at the director or Algernon, effectively blasting at the windows around them, trying to give Algernon an escape path.
The blasts go off. Give me a scrap roll for this one. Let's see
Scrap.
how well you can blast this without causing too much injury.
For the record, he was just going to let me walk away, but this is way more thematic and I like it.
Fair. So it's 2 dice and take the lower of the 2?
Correct. You do have a gambit left if you want to take that.
That would be the time.
Yeah, sure, that'll...
This would be a risky standard. Now, let's say risky limited. If you want to pump that up to a desperate standard, you can.
What do you guys think?
I can waggle the ship to make it more difficult for you if you want.
I think the difficulty doesn't necessarily come from where Ark is standing, but all the stuff that you've set up within the coop. Also, keeping in mind there are other people that work here that just work office jobs. Also, the prisoners as well that you've released are still on the premises. Looking down, I think you can see them going up against other guards with guns and stuff.
I'm happy to play as desperate then, just with everything culminating at this point, yeah.
How does this become more desperate?
He's aiming through tears. Just makes it harder to see.
That could work.
Yeah, just blind rage is effectively taking over.
People making deals behind your back when you've sought for one thing but went for another.
And attempting to control us, attempting to push us for their agenda again and again and again.
Yeah. If you want, I'll let you do this as an attune roll if you want to use the last of your way powers.
I kind of have something in mind for that, but I don't know if...
It's up to you.
Can I kind of explain what I've got in mind to the party and get their take on it?
Sure, go for it.
So my thinking was blast the window apart and pull the director out with my control of the way, and to save my tune for the last of that. Yeah, I was thinking of saving the last of my way for that.
Okay.
That sounds hilarious, and I would love that just completely unend everything he had planned. But also, I'm very excited to see how the bot reacts to that.
Yeah, it's very much a Hail Mary. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
if
honestly,
I save the
me
tune
too.
for that.
So, question. When you say you're doing that, are you dragging him out and letting him plummet, or dragging him onto the ship?
Oh, it says I throw a table-sized object with dangerous force. I'm planning on just yeeting him out the window.
Okay.
Not onto the ship or anything. Just pull him and just toss him out the window, effectively.
I will allow you attune this, and the effects from this explosion is going to help with that way blast, I think. You're kind of funneling your way energy into this blast. Does that work with you?
Yeah, that's fine with me. So between attunement, which is 2, plus my kinetics, which would be pushing myself, and I take 2 stress, which puts me at the max marker for this as well.
Okay.
That gives me 3 d6.
Plus the 1 from your way powers?
That is the pushing myself. The pushing myself is the way powers. Oh, plus the actual boost from that. Sorry, yeah, that's 4.
All right, let's do it. 4.
Okay, I got 2 3s, a 4, and a 6.
6 is what we want to see.
Fuck yeah.
Describe for me the massive explosions or how this goes off.
So it's effectively a mix of 2 things of me yelling that, knowing that I'm yelling at a window. Like, I actually don't know if they would be able to hear me. Assuming it's a director's office, it's probably pretty well insulated and sound guarded, so don't know if they hear me. But I've heard all of that over the communicator. Ark is incredibly pissed off at what's happening, seeing another person trying to control another one. Starts just going off with both hands on the heavy blasters, and partway through, once I start to see the director's window behind them shatter and crumble, and what I'm assuming is possibly the droid attempting to protect the director, remembering just how strong and how full of rage I am right now, I'm just holding the heavy blaster with a single hand, and I use the other to just like grab onto this invisible thread in the middle of the air and just pull as hard as I fucking can and just yank the director out the window effectively.
What happens in the flash of a moment? Algernon, you're standing there clutching this vial that the director has given you. Explosions start to go off.
I will say that he did yell out
He did?
into the communicator. I probably was ready for this. Like, hit the deck or something like that.
Oh, at the very least, you would have seen us coming up and the back of the loading bays being opened with me there with the blaster.
I was not anticipating the fucking hailfire, though. That's,
No, but...
I was like, I'm glad I got a warning, so thank you.
I've got something you're going to like, though.
Okay, go on.
You're standing there in front of the director holding onto the vial.
Yes.
The Coyfish just outside the big stained glass window. Its engines lighting up and projecting all this light through it. The explosions go off. Shards of glass from this exploding window in near slow-mo just goes filtering past you as the director in front of you gets blown back and out another window. You're standing perfectly still in all this as the slow-mo, like, shattering of glass reflecting the light from the Coyfish's engines. The guard bot kicks into gear. As the director is falling, it leaps out, wraps itself around the director, and it plummets into the building below, and that's the last you see of it. Is anyone pressing the detonator?
Yeah, I was going to tell Triv and Trell, I'm assuming, would be back on there.
Well, who's got the detonator for the explosions down below?
I wouldn't have been holding it, but I would have given it to another one on the ship.
So my question is, are you triggering these explosions from the vault?
I would wait till Kentucky gets on the ship.
Kentucky, the director falls out of your sight. The glass settles to the ground. You're perfectly unscathed in this moment, and you're able to walk straight to the Coyfish outside.
Question, how high was this tower?
Several stories?
Okay, in that case, several stories. As he falls to his death.
Several stories.
Were you going to say wait for a number?
Yeah, I was, but yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna fish any harder than that. Nah. Okay, play ball. Fuck off.
Algernon, you step onto the Coyfish.
Yeah.
Grab onto a rail. Give the command that you're all aboard safe.
Ark is on the actual the cargo deck, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still on the actual landing base. So you can run up onto the ramp.
I walk past him and I give him a solid pat on the shoulder as I walk past, letting him know on the communicators that I'm on board.
Sweet. I'm kind of doing that out of breath, sort of adrenaline-filled half laugh that you have when you're slightly manic about it.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking epic, man.
I'll also jump on the communicator and say, "You ready for this, Vol? Let's do it."
And I start to turn the ship, big dick cannon, facing the building.
Are you still going to fire the cannon now? Or are you just going to let the pre-planned explosives take care of it?
So the plan, I believe, was to do the pre-planned explosives, see what's left, and then shoot that.
There are still the prisoners that we saved.
We did kind of see them going. We'll kind of see what's left of the building.
They will still be there, and you think they will be left in the wake of whatever you blast at them from this cannon.
Well, yeah. Also, depending on what we're actually targeting.
We gave them 10 minutes.
Also, you've not fired this cannon before. You don't know actually how powerful it is.
We may reach the Earth's core.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Well, funny you say that, because I could have sworn I remember Lexi saying something about this being something to punch a hole in a ship.
Yeah.
So this being used on a building, I don't think we're that far off actually punching a hole into the core, so...
Question straight up, are you still firing the cannon?
Not saying don't do it. Should we let the explosives go and then...
Have you all talked me out of this? No, because I
was going to say, it doesn't feel like it's in line with what Vol wants, in general.
No.
Especially if you saw that the guy died.
Yeah. I'll tell Vol, how about we hang on to it, and do you want to push the button?
Oh, the detonator.
Yeah, on the detonator?
That's cute. That's cute. That's cute.
Let it go off.
Yeah, you're right. You got to, that's right. I got the vial. You get to pull him out the window, and Vol gets to push the button. That works.
I get Triv and Trell to start the procedure for getting the cannon back into place, back into hiding, and then very sullenly I push the button on the detonator.
The mouth of the Coyfish closes, concealing the cannon once again. As you turn to begin exiting the atmosphere of the planet X, you leave behind a building that just goes up in a burst of fire and debris.
As Kentucky gets onto the landing bay and heads inside, I toss this large parcel onto what's left of the balcony. And as we're flying away, the parcel and the packaging starts to heat up and rip open. And a bunch of drones fly out into a large formation, possibly the size of a story or two, that just displays a massive Coyfish, and fireworks start going off in every direction. But then after about 6 seconds, a ton of popcorn just starts popping and just falling all over the place from the actual shape of the Coyfish in the fireworks and things like that.
Hell yeah.
So that was just the combination of...
this is just all the stuff that he stole from the kitchen.
I just stole a ton of popcorn from the kitchen just to muck around with them and just mess with them.
Ark.
Oh, yeah.
As you throw that package out of the hangar bay, you turn to head back inside, and that flash of Way energy takes over you again, the last one of Hix's powers. And you are now standing in a space face to face with this entity. You feel yourself mixed in the crowd with this entity. It looks to you and says, "You need to find us." Thank you for making it through another episode. We'd love to hear your feedback on the show. If you have any questions or theories you'd like to discuss, then leave us a message in the comments of your favorite podcasting platform, and we'll do our best to reply when we can. Otherwise, come hang out with us on Instagram under the handle Placeholder NPCs. Background music for this episode is by Sasha End, opening credits by Feslian Studios, and sound effects by zapsplat.com. All the links are in the episode description.